Hey everyone, my name is Sarah Chikianis for those of you who don't know me, and I'm going to be your leader for the next 2 days. So you're going to have me today, Thursday, and Friday. And I'm going to share with you a lot about, turning your mess into your message. It's a phrase we hear a lot, but I know that sometimes we hear these things and we don't put the action needed in order to, get the results by leveraging our story. So I'm going to share with you about how I really turn my mess into my message and use my story to my advantage. My story, or anyone's story, in fact, will make you more relatable to others. You're going to learn how to use your story, your specific story, and be able to target your target market and target more people just by using that story. When you share your story, so I have celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disease. I cannot eat gluten. I honestly have a very severe case of it, actually. I am that. So for celiac disease, it's 1% of the population of, the world. And then 1% of that 1% has a rare form of it. And I have it. So I could easily spend my day being upset over it, or I could turn that into my message. I also have PCOS, and I remember just recently I was diagnosed, a few months ago, and I remember walking out of that doctor's office. I could have been crying. Instead, I said, I am going to inspire at least one person that can relate to me. And so I want you to realize that, my story is very specific. Who am I going to find that has, celiac disease, the form I have, and has PCOS? You know what? It doesn't matter. They don't have to relate 100% to your story. They need to relate to a little piece of it. So that's what we're going to talk about, for the next 2 days. And of course, we have a Zoom call tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you guys there, and I will be around to answer any questions for you guys. So here's a little bit more about me. I am, of course, a coach. I am also a full-time daycare provider. I work with my mom. We have a daycare in our house, and a lot of people don't know that about me. So I work full-time there. I'm a coach, and I coach any free moment I get, and I'm hoping in the new year I'll be a full-time coach. And I'm also a full-time college student. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you only take 3 classes. Well, I take 54 credits a year, and that's basically double a typical college student. So I clearly have my days busy, but I make sure that I make the most of my days by leveraging my story and sharing bits and pieces of it while I'm working and while I'm doing my schoolwork, because I do schoolwork at home. So I go to school online. So I really need to make good use of my time in order to get everything accomplished. Because let's be real, if you work for yourself, you guys know it's on you to do the work. Same with school. So while I'm busy doing something else other than coaching, I make sure that my social media posts are up on Facebook or Instagram to share my story when I'm not right there. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys, because I know a huge thing that you guys say is, well, I can't do that because I have work, or I can't do that because I have school, or I can't do that because I'm a mom or I'm busy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how busy you are. You can still be a coach as long as you're working on yourself. So that's something I'm super passionate about, and I make sure my team knows that. So I'm excited to share with all you guys. So sorry, back to a little more about me. So I've been a coach for about 18 months. I am a diamond coach, and I lead Team Knockout, my team of coaches. And I got that name, honestly, because of my story. So I have been known my entire life, out of all my friends, to be that sick girl, the one that was always sick, the one that stomach always hurt, was always sleeping. I used to sleep 18 hours a day. I remember so many times my boyfriend would come to hang out with me, and I'd be sleeping, and I would wake up the next morning in a panic. It was so bad, guys. I remember celebrating with my mom when I would make it through 5 days of school. I remember the nurses, even in elementary school, they stopped sending, the teacher stopped sending me to the nurse in elementary school because they thought I was making up how sick I was. It got to the point where my teachers would just send me home because they saw how miserable I was and how I was ready to pass out. And the nurse, was like, well, I can't send you home again, so go back to class. So I've literally lived my entire life being sick. So I was used to it. And when I started as a coach too, I wasn't feeling well still, but that didn't give me, that wasn't an excuse. That was more of a reason why I should keep going. Okay. in the past 2 years, so I've been a coach a little over 18 months. The past 2 years have honestly been the hardest of my life. And I know that my team and Team Beachbody has helped me get through that. And I know that the community of people is what really kept me motivated during my hardest times. I remember, when was it? This past December, I was ready to have my 21st birthday, and I found out that, I was having complications from celiac disease, and I was going to go on a liquid diet for my 21st birthday. Like, who would want to hear that? I never mentioned I'm 21, so I'm young. But I pushed through it, and that's why my team's name is Team Knockout. It's about being resilient, always coming back from your story. So sorry about the little tangent, but I'm just so excited to share with you guys about how to turn that mess you have, because we all have one, right? We all have that skeleton in the closet that we're afraid to share, or parts of our story we're afraid to share, but we're going to share them. I have little bits and pieces that I'm going to share the next 2 days too that I've never shared before. So I'm excited to work with you guys, and I hope to see you on the call tonight. That's all for now. Bye, guys.